Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of the Financial Literacy Month. Wow, time flies, right? So, what are we going to talk about today? Taxes, everybody's favorite topic. Imagine saving for retirement for over 30 years and IRS become your biggest partner. Think about that, right? Yes, taxes is your biggest long-term relationship. You should never evade paying your taxes, but you can legally use IRS tax code system to reduce how much tax your tax liability. Most people don't take the time to learn anything about taxes at all, right? Most of us are paying ignorance taxes. We're just going by what our employer tells us to do. But if we take time to just understand the just basic knowledge of how the tax system works in US, we'll be able to make some informed decision and cut like half of our tax liabilities. So when it comes to taxes, right, there's 4 different ways that we pay taxes. What about those 4 different ways? There is taxes when you make your paycheck, right? You don't even see that one. It comes right up. And when you use the money to buy things, items from the store, market, you get taxed on that as well. You say, okay, I'm not going to spend my money. Let me just save it, right? So you save it on your regular checking CDs or your regular checking savings, or you just get a CD. If you make $10 or more on interest, your bank writes you out and you have to pay taxes on that interest. It's called capital gain. And how about you say, let me die? Let me just die. I don't want to pay my taxes. No, there's something called the probate cost system, right? Even when you die, you're still going to pay your taxes. Everything that you left, you think is for family, it's going to use to pay your debt and your taxes. So, like I said, legally, you can never evade taxes. Okay? So, people use 3 strategies to pay their taxes. The first is what we call tax now. So what are tax now? It means you pay taxes every year. So like I said, your checking, your savings, your CD or money market, if you make any interest of $10 or more, you pay taxes on it annually. Your bank is just going to send you that document that you need to pay taxes on it, okay? And the second one is what we call tax deferred. That's where most of our retirement come in, right? Our 401ks, okay? Our TSB. Those are what we call the tax deferred. Remember when people love max fund their tax, the 401k or the 403b because they think they are not paying taxes? You're going to pay taxes when you retire. Imagine this. I was talking to one of my clients, they're a couple, combined they had like 400,000 in their retirement account. They were very excited thinking about retiring soon. But then when they realized that they have to pay taxes on that 400,000 when they retire, it was a shock to them. They start panicking, right? So let me ask you guys this question. Put it in the chat. Do you think the way things are going, right, will taxes go up or down in the future? Put it in the chat. Will taxes go up or down in the future? Okay, let's say taxes remain the same because it has remained the same for a while. Would you rather pay taxes when you start your portfolio, like $1,000, okay? Would you rather pay taxes on that now? Or wait, now that your portfolio, after 30 years, is now 100,000, then you're going to pay taxes on that 100,000. Which one would be cheaper? Tell me. I know most of us would rather pay taxes on $1,000 because it's much more, that makes sense, right? Because that's going to be less taxes. So when we are max funding our retirement account, we need to bear in mind that when we don't have a whole lot of tax write-off, like you don't have any case of mortgage or anything like that, that is when you're going to pay most of your taxes. Or the third one, tax advantage, okay? Using like your Roth IRA, your index account, your index life insurance account, those are what we call tax advantage account. So those are the 2 ways, right? The good news, the 2 ways of saving taxes. The first one, like I say, having a tax advantage account, or the second one is having a business owner. being a business owner. So like as a business owner, we have what we call a tax write-off. So instead of you just using your W-2 forms and not having a whole lot of write-off, as a business owner, you can write off a lot, right? Like traveling, going to your mortgage. If you have a mortgage, you work from home. That can also, you can use that as your tax write-off. Mileage, right? A lot of other bills that you can, okay? So, like I said, ask yourself, do you think you are being taxed efficiently? Are you taking advantage? Because IRS encourage these behaviors, okay? They want people to be business owners, invest in investments, right? So they encourage those behaviors. Like I said, majority of us are paying ignorance taxes. We always think that there's a different tax code for the rich and the middle class, but that's not true. I would say anytime I talk to my client, I tell them there's different tax code for the informed and the uninformed. Either you know it and taking advantage of it, or you just pay ignorance tax. So if you want to see how you can save on taxes, all right, so next year you can save up to 50% of your taxes, click on the link below, right? Book your free one-on-one consultation or send me a private DM, okay? And if you missed any of my previous videos, we're going to the 10 principles of successful people. The one we just talked about is principle number 5, which is taxes. So we talk about the rest throughout the week. You'll have a good day. Bye-bye. Take care.